Let's cook a pan-seared steak. I'm going to show you exactly how to hit the right doneness every single time using a foolproof step-by-step process.
The goal here is a perfect crust that never turns out dry or rubbery. We're solving that common problem of overcooked gray meat by focusing strictly on temperature, timing, and technique.
Okay, let's dive into this. For your tools and ingredients, you'll need a 1 to 1.5 inch thick ribeye or strip steak. You'll also need 1 tablespoon of neutral oil, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 crushed garlic cloves, and your standard salt and black pepper. Crucially, grab a cast iron or heavy stainless skillet to hold that high heat, along with a meat thermometer for precision.
Step 1. Take your steak out of the fridge exactly 30 minutes before cooking. A cold piece of meat will rapidly drop the pan temperature, which causes the steak to steam instead of sear. Step 2. Pat the steak completely dry with paper towels.
Remember, moisture prevents browning, so do not skip this drying step. Leaving any moisture on the meat surface basically guarantees a gray crust and zero browning. Next up, season both sides generously with salt and pepper right before you cook. Immediately get your cast iron or a stainless skillet heating on high. Using a cold pan is a massive point of failure here. If that pan isn't screaming hot, your steak is just going to steam. Watch the dry pan closely. When the skillet just begins to smoke, that's your exact visual cue. You want to add your 1 tablespoon of neutral oil right now. Don't add the oil any earlier than this or it's going to burn.
Place the steak in the pan using your tongs, and then do not move it. Moving the steak too early is a critical mistake because the developing crust will tear right off and stick to the pan. Just leave it completely alone.
Here's your timeline. At 0 minutes, you're going to hear a hard sizzle. That is your first auditory confirmation of a successful sear. Between 2 and 3 minutes in, you'll see a deep brown crust form. From 3 to 5 minutes, we baste, and minutes 5 to 10 are entirely for resting. Right at that 2 to 3 minute mark, flip the steak exactly once. Immediately add your butter and crushed garlic. You'll want to tilt the pan slightly towards you and continuously spoon the melting butter right over the steak for about 1 to 2 minutes. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the exact science of doneness comes down to precise numbers, 130 degrees Fahrenheit versus 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Grab your meat thermometer and check internal temperature right now. Hitting exactly 130 degrees Fahrenheit or 54 degrees Celsius is your undeniable cue for a perfect medium rare steak. Alternatively, pushing it to exactly 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius is going to yield a perfect medium. Whichever you prefer, pull the steak from the pan the absolute second you hit your target number. Remove the steak from the skillet immediately and rest it on a cutting board for exactly 5 minutes. Whatever you do, do not cut it early. Skipping this rest period completely ruins the cook. Your internal juices will run out immediately onto the board and you'll be left with dry meat. After 5 minutes, you can slice into the meat. Here is your final verification. The surface is deeply browned with a hard crust and the center is soft pink and perfectly juicy. Now that you know the exact science of the sear, what cut are you going to conquer next?